What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook, Twitter, and all those other joints? It's me, Kev, from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. And I'm back to try to do just that. Now, if you will be so kind as to chime in and let me know where you're checking out the show from, and also while you're doing that, hit that like button. Yeah, we might as well get that stuff out the way real quick. Now, I need to know that y'all can hear me and that y'all can see me and that I could, there we go. There we go. Now I'm seeing it. Say, looks like my orchestra has got what has gotten to stay. What? Well, was something new? What's going on with my orchestra? Mucus is still sticking around? What's going on? Tell me it's not true. Tell me it's not true. But we'll see. I know at the end of my show tonight, Marjorie Taylor Greene gave him an earful. And I mean an earful. So with that being said, we're about to get into this. Somebody said audio and video good. Well, good. If that's the case, let me get loose then so we can get busy. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. Real gorilla. There's some teams in the building. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So before we get started, make sure you text MAGA to 330-974-4607 if you haven't done that already. Also, make sure that you visit Kevin's Corner store. There's lots of goodies there. Enjoy yourself. And finally, don't forget, I do have a monthly fundraiser link that I post and be right below this video. If you want to help out, you can. It would be greatly appreciated and greatly needed. Now, with no further ado, you all saw the title. Yeah. So this whole immigration crisis, this border crisis, has now become a Democrat crisis. See, and what do I mean by that? The very crisis that they caused has now backfired. It has become so overwhelming and so obvious and so well known. Like people are like, I'm recognizing this. Y'all did a good job hiding it for the first 2 years or so when y'all was sneaking folks around on airplanes in the middle of the night, riding them around on buses and stuff. But when they start showing up to these liberal cities and it became well known, then all of a sudden it became a crisis. Now they're trying to clean it up. Now they're sitting back going, oh man, there's a voting term coming up and we can't have that because everybody is saying this is way up on the totem pole. This is one of the number one issues. So they're not looking at it as a crisis because it's truly a crisis to the country. They're looking at it as if it's a crisis because it's a crisis to them getting reelected and staying in power. So we better go ahead and start off checking and seeing what's going on around the country when it comes down to how these Democrats are handling this crisis. But before we do that, I did have to highlight a clip of Sunny from The View, y'all. Sunny from The View is all messed up. Yeah, man, Sunny from The View is being targeted, y'all, every day because of her race. Yeah. Every day she's noticing racism. So I need to go ahead and look into this because I'm thinking, if she's being targeted every day, we got to do something. We got to do something, man. Yeah. See, I've been walking around and searching for the warty and elusive racism that everybody says is running rampant. And I've been having a hard time finding it. So Sunny apparently done found it. She done located the big, I guess, overwhelming congregation of racism that just follows her around. So let's see what's going on with Sunny from The View. Here we go. Oh, she encountered racism.
I feel like we've talked about this half a dozen times. I don't agree with where Nikki Haley is on race. I'm much closer to where Joe Biden is in 2021. I don't think the American people are racist. I think there's a history of racism, or Vice President Harris saying, no, I don't believe that America is racist, but there is a history and we're still living with racism that we have to deal with.
And there are plenty of racist people in this country.
Oh, you hear Toucan? You hear Toucan saying those? Chime in. And there's plenty of racists in this country. I mean, it's fascinating to watch these people get up there and talk about this. You would think that they were living in the 1940s, 50s during the civil rights movement. It's unbelievable that they, for some reason, are perceiving all of this racism. You know why? It's because they have dummied down racism. See, when you have a party, which is a Marxist party, who have developed a scheme to convince a lot of Americans that we are plagued with racism, then what they do is start assigning racism to almost every single thing. They want to create a whole bunch of people who looks at every single thing through the lens of race. There it is. Therefore, all of a sudden now, racism has come back in full effect in everything. Betsy Ross sneakers, milk, you name it, mathematics, climate, everything has some racism attached to it. So here's Dummy right there, the number one dumber. She's up there because there's a lot of race. I mean, America has a lot of racist people. She don't even realize her white, arrogant, liberal approach towards this is also belittling to black people. So many things that Joy Behar has said that has been so offensive and racist when she jumped on Ben Carson and Clarence Thomas talking about, see, they don't understand, see, because, they're black, but they don't understand. They're not like the regular black people. Unreal. But here she is chiming in. Well, there's a lot of racists around. But listen to Sonny.
And there are absolutely racist people in this country. It is not the vast majority of people in this country, and I feel like
we don't know that. The FBI director said white supremacy is the biggest threat to our country today.
And you just bought into that, right? Couldn't be that they're making it up, could it? All the other problems. But she's parroting what the FBI done said. Yeah, that funky, nasty, stinking Joe Biden, DOJ, deep state FBI that's been targeting conservatives. So now all of a sudden here she is. But the FBI said that it's the greatest threat right now to the homeland. Are you kidding me? All of the mess that we're seeing around us, and they talking about racism is the greatest threat to the homeland. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. All right, so here we go.
Well, that still doesn't mean that that's the vast majority of people. I just don't believe that in my day-to-day life that the people that you're encountering harbor racist viewpoints. I do think that this division that we're creating...
If you look like me, you would believe differently.
But you know what?
Holy moly. If you look like me, you would believe differently. Like what? Almost a white girl? Huh? A upper-class, snooty, black female lawyer? Yeah, if you look like you. Only way people might be upset with you based on the way you look is because of your funky, nasty attitude. If you getting feedback negatively, it's because you got a stank attitude, Sonny. I would be looking at you strange too if I ran into you in a restaurant. I'd be like, is that Sonny from The View? The one that always be talking about everything racist and white nationalists running rampant. She'd think I'm a racist. She'd be like, why is that black guy over there looking at me like a white nationalist? It's not racism. Maybe it's your funky attitude. But here she is. If you look like me, then, you know what, you would think differently. Are you kidding me? Now, as bright as Sonny is, looking like a glowworm, I'm dark-skinned. I don't experience no racism. None. And let me just say this. If there is some racism floating around me, they never show it. Nobody ever steps to me, shows any type of racism, any type of comments, any of that stuff. And I'm talking years. The last time I experienced racism blatantly was probably 1990-ish, somewhere around there. Early 90s too, early 90s. So what is she talking about? She said if you look like me, you would. So then how much racism are you experiencing on a daily basis, Sonny? Living out probably in Hollywood or somewhere.
What? Listen, the woman...
And the people clap. Oh, and you're worth how much? Wow. Look at that. Now, how did Sonny hopscotch through all of that racism to get a nice cushion job on The View where she can talk about racism? There it is. How does she manage to finagle her way all the way to the top? I want $3 million so I could be a race baiter. Yeah. So all of these black folks on TV that are being prostituted and used by the system to push racism and to create this perception that racism is everywhere, it's funny that they're not even self-aware. They're not even self-aware enough to say, wow, I mean, if we were that racist, I wouldn't be on TV. If racism was the greatest threat to the homeland, why do we have all these NBA players like LeBron, rich, and all these football players and singers and rappers and movie stars and businessmen and all of that stuff? How did Ben Carson negotiate himself all the way to work on somebody's brain? You would have thought white folks would have woke up on a table when they saw him come in. I'm your doctor for the day. What in the heck? You gonna let a black man cut my head open? I'll be darned. I'd rather die than let a black man cut on me. You would think that that would be the norm. But Sonny here is saying, if you look like me, you would. And she's worth $3 million. I'll trade places with you any day. So here she is talking about, if you look like me.
I just don't believe that in my day-to-day life that the people that you're encountering harbor racist viewpoints. I do think that this division that we're creating...
If you look like me, you would believe differently.
But you know what?
If you look like me, you would believe differently. Now, honestly, how much racism do you think she encounters? Huh? Most people probably think she might even be white or mixed or whatever. I guarantee you, she does not experience any racism throughout her day. But she said, if you look like me, you do. Well, see, if she feels that way, it's probably because it's mental. Mentity. See, when you harbor racism in your heart, you see everything through the lens of racism. Yeah, somebody just look at you strange. They might even think you're attractive. Look at that white man looking at me. And he probably don't like me because I'm black. Maybe he's actually attracted to you. Who knows? But Sonny's butt, it said, if you look like me. Now, I would love to challenge her. I'd love to sit down and say, so give me 5 examples of some blatant, non-gray area racism that you've encountered in the last 2 years. Last 2. I even kick it back to 10. Last 10 years. Yeah, I want to know about it. Yeah, I ain't talking about I was on the job one day and one white girl asked me, what do I put in my hair? How do you get your hair all that way? And I was like, what? Why are you asking about my hair? Just because I ain't talking about that crap. I'm talking about some full-blown, look here. Bleep, bleep, bleep. I don't like your kind. I want some of that. I don't want no made-up, embellished racism. I want some hardcore, uncut racism because I've been searching. I've been going around with my binoculars looking for all the white nationalists, looking for all the white supremacists, looking for all the racism running around hiding in bushes, and I can't find it. But Sonny somehow has found it. I would let her follow her around daily and see the reaction of people around her. You know what it would be? They would probably ignore her. Either ignore her or recognize her from the view and go up to her like, Sonny, because she probably lives around all white liberals. And they'd be like, we watch your show. You're awesome. Tell me how bad I am as a white person. What can I do to be a better white person? How can I show solidarity towards you all in your plights? That's probably what she gets every day. But here she is talking about, you look like me, you would.
Just to understand, are we saying, do we think the vast majority of Americans are racist? That's what I'm trying to, help me understand.
I think that there is a significant portion that are racist, and you can't dismiss.
Good googly moo. A significant portion. What is that significant portion? Remember, Hillary Clinton had the nerve to say, like half of the country is white nationalists or racist or something stupid like that. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody stopped to even look at that statistically. I mean, do you understand the amount of racism that you would be encountering every single day if half the country was racist? I mean, how are all these white people I see every day able to suppress all of that racism? They don't look at me strange. I once did a video, one of my most popular videos before YouTube started censoring me. It's entitled, Black People, White People Don't Care About You. If you haven't seen it, go back, check my archives, you'll find it. White people don't care about you, meaning this. White people aren't getting up every day walking around, figuring out ways to show you how racist they are. Yeah, how much they despise you because you're black, Latino, whatever. They're getting up, trying to do the same stuff that you're trying to do. Survive. Have a good day. Accomplish some things. Go home to their family. You know, if you're that arrogant to think that white people are, going out of their way, and I'm going to let her know her kind ain't welcome here. You are delusional. Delusional. They walk past you and pay you no attention. There you go. But according to her, and then she brings out this whopper.
It's my lived experience.
My lived experience. Yeah. So you can't speak to my lived experience. I can, because I'm black and I'm darker than you. So you can't tell me you're experiencing more racism than I would be. If anything, I would be high up on a racism totem pole because I'm a dark black man. Can't mistake me. I'm not looking like a mulatto. That's right. My big old black noggin. It tells on me. My big black noggin tells on me. My big black man beard, big old rocky jaw, big black paws, all of that mess. Bass in the voice, bounce in the walk, all of that mess tells on me. Can't mistake me. But yet, she's saying, why can't I my lived experience? I'm about her age too. So what lived experience are you talking about? Did you grow up in the 30s? That's what I'm wondering. I've been around the world and I can't find no racism. I done went all down south. I done been everywhere. And yet I've not been approached by racists. I'm almost offended. How are you sucking up all the racism, Sonny? I want to see some of that racism too. I'm blacker than you. But here she is. You can't. See, and this is the defense mechanism. It always comes down to blocking white people who disagree with you by saying, you can't challenge my lived experience. And then, of course, she comes out with a bogus story.
I would never.
When I say that
Look,
there are...
that worked. It worked. You said, no, I told you, I would never do that. No, you're right. Half the country is racist. They're racist. I'm sorry. No, I don't want people to think I'm a racist. So now, listen what she says.
There are a lot of racists in this country.
Then why are you here?
Thank you. Thank you, Data. That's the first question I have for all of these race baiters. All of these people who says that racism is the greatest threat to the homeland. There are some countries that have very minimal amount of white people in it. But the living accommodations aren't as good here. I mean, they're like, you can go to all kind of countries in Africa, Sonny. Take your 3 million and bounce. See how long that lasts you over there in Africa. Yeah. See if they could embrace you and love you over there and not try to take advantage of a rich, light-skinned black woman living in Africa. See how quick they might be up there like, how can we take advantage of her? Yeah, just because she's black don't mean nothing to us. All we see is a rich, uppity, snooty black woman over here with a lot of money thinking that I'm going to blend in with my people and live in harmony. Live in nothing but harmony because we're all black. Black folks sometimes buck heads with other black folks too. There are some black folks who don't like other black folks based on their skin color, shade, all kind of stuff like that. Shoot, black liberals don't like black conservatives. They don't even put us in the categories. Black, they ain't like, them sellouts and all of that stuff. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, no, my sister, you have no idea who the real sellouts are. Sitting on that show, pushing this narrative, and then got the nerve to say her son did what?
Experienced my son walking down the beach being called the N-word several times.
Where are these people going? I need to know what beach this is. Is this called the all-white beach? Is this the racist beach? I wonder, what beach did you show up on where you got called the N-word multiple times? They throw these stories out that are unbelievable. I mean, only white liberals and angry black folks who looking for racism would believe that. Because I'm sitting there going, what? Multiple times? Now, that mean you could have stopped at one. Yeah, he was on the beach in one time. So you telling me you walk 50 more feet and the next dude drops the N-word? Yeah, I seen that N-word down there too. Here he comes your way, Earl. Well, don't send that N-word up this way. Don't want to see him out. What the heck are you doing? Someone go find this beach. So you know she's lying. There's no way in the world her son received the N-word multiple times on the beach in one day. Yeah, right now, in this society, a person might and when I say might, in their lifetime, in America right now, a black person might encounter in their whole life, somebody called him the N-word maybe one time. Maybe one time. And that's pushing it. See, I'm a little older than a lot of these people. Anybody born, anytime from the 80s on up, probably have never heard somebody just blatantly look at them and call them the N-word. Yeah, but yet here she is saying, my son experienced it multiple times on the beach. What beach? Did he go tell somebody? Did he confront him? I need to know. But hey, she's not going to tell you that because it's her lived experience, so therefore don't question her.
In Florida.
In Florida. Bullshit. Thank you, Trump. In Florida. I was in Florida last year. All over the beach. Having a good time. Running around. Here I am running into the word. Hey, you N-word. What? What did you just call? Nope. Didn't hear it. But here she is saying, down in Florida, her son received the N-word multiple times. So I'm going to have to full-blown give her the Pinocchio Award. I think she's lying. And his nose is the same complexion as Sonny. Same complexion. Now, with that being said, y'all, let's move on because Biden is taking a beating because of his raggedy policies that he probably don't even know about. He's like, what do you mean I'm losing in the polls? What have you guys done? Oh, well, we told you to just pretend to be the president and we'd handle it, but we might have made some technical errors. So you're not doing so well. Well, wait, well, what did I do? Don't worry about it. We'll try to clean it up. So here he is now taking a beating in the polls.
Good Sunday morning. We begin with our brand new NBC News poll, which brings more warning signs for President Biden and his re-election campaign. One of our pollsters tells us we are looking at a, quote, presidency in peril.
Oh, my. You mean that presidency is drowning? When you use words like peril, oh, that means it's dead serious. This ain't one of those, take your time to come out here and get me. I can tread water. Don't worry. No, this is, I'm on my third dip. Somebody better get to me quick. I'm drowning. So now here she is saying that President Biden's presidency is in peril.
With the general election just 9 months away, President Biden has declined on every measure since 2020, is struggling with key elements of his base, and now trails former President Donald Trump by wide margins on the issues voters say are most important to them. These are some truly stunning numbers.
They really are, Kristen, and let's just start with the bottom line. When you ask folks, hey, if it's the general election and it's Trump versus Biden, in our poll, Donald Trump now leads Joe Biden by 5 points. Compare that to the last time we polled. Back in November, Trump was ahead then.
Somebody put in there, Sonny Smollett. That is true. That's funny. I'm mad I didn't think of that one. Sonny Smollett. That's true. Making it all up. I get attacked every day. That racism's following me around. So now, it looks like Biden's taking it to the chin on some key issues. Now, what kind of key issues are we talking about? Are we talking about transgender rights? Are we talking about abortion? I mean, are we talking about money for Ukraine? Or are we talking about things like crime and this big, fat, looming right in front of everybody's face, border crisis? See, those right there. So how are they going to adjust to this? Because this is a mess. Oh, and if the Republicans are smart, they have them by the testy, see. Nothing they can do about it. And we're going to see their efforts to try to change the narrative. Here we go.
but it was only by 2 points. And it's even more significant when you look at it this way. Over time, we have been testing for 5 years now, going back to 2019, a Biden-Trump matchup. Remember, 2019, 2020, Joe Biden led. He led big in every single one of our polls. For the first time in November, Donald Trump pulled ahead in our poll, and now at 5 points, this is the biggest lead NBC has ever had in 16 polls for Donald Trump over Joe Biden. And of course, undergirding all of this is this question of, he's the incumbent, Joe Biden. We ask voters, what do you think of the job?
Jeez, 60% disapprove? Well, they must have finally got a couple clips of him falling up and down the steps, huh? Trailing off when he talks, forgetting everybody's name, nodding off. Maybe they might have got a couple clips of that. Or maybe they got a couple clips of that border being wide open and people running all around their own neighborhoods and stuff like that. Maybe they got a clip of that. Maybe they got a nice dose of people robbing and stealing in their neighborhoods. Maybe they got a dose of that. So now folks are looking at real life issues that have been created by the Democrats. And now the Democrats got to try to clean this mess up before the election comes.
He's doing, and look at that, Kristen, 37% approve and now 60% disapprove.
Good grief. So border crisis is now a Democrat crisis. That's what it is. So you know it's a crisis when you got people like Skinny Neck Al coming out and trying to address it. Let's see what he got to say. Oh, wait, well, what's this?
All right, good evening, everybody. So after...
Oh, man. There we go. We got Mr. Burns. Old man Burns. Come out. Glasses down on that nose. All right, everybody. Okay, here's where we are. Let's see what Mr. Burns has to say.
Of let me say it again. After 4 years of ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, maybe if you pull your glasses up, you can read what's on that paper. Who has their glasses down this way? Maybe. 4 years and 4 scores ago. Wait, hold on for a second, everybody.
You wonder why our country's going to hell. You look at that.
After 4 months of long, arduous, difficult negotiations, I am really proud and pleased to announce that Democrats and Republicans in the Senate have come to an agreement on the bipartisan supplemental bill tonight.
Well, woohoo! We got us a supplemental bill, y'all, that came to an agreement. Let's go ahead and see what's in it. Here we go.
This bill is vital to America's future interests. We fixed the border problem.
Y'all did?
In this bill.
What?
So this bill has...
So wait a minute. You fixed it? Yeah. Thank you. So now, what that means to me is that we should no longer see border agents standing right there looking at people walk past them or coming straight up to them and says, give me hola, here for my asylum. We shouldn't be seeing that. See, what that means to me is that when you catch them, you keep them and return them back to where they came from and not release them into our interior. That's what that means to me. When you say we've fixed the border crisis, that means I should see a big, beautiful wall. I shouldn't be hearing about y'all trying to take down barbed wire and all of that mess. Yeah, what that means to me is that you should be telling these people, hey, look, everybody don't need asylum. And if you come without stopping in somebody else's country, you're going back immediately disqualified. See, that's what that means to me. See, but let's hear what it means to him.
Important things for America.
This bill has so many important things
To
for
America? What?
I got a bad feeling about this.
No. Because, see, I was hoping, man. I was hoping for a change. That they would be looking out for Americans first. See, they always putting some nasty Swiss cheese in these bills. See, this stuff always seems to focus on everybody but Americans. So let's go ahead and see what's in the bill, because you heard the voice. Got a bad feeling about this.
Julie Jester from Capitol Hill. Julie, give us the top lines of the bill.
Well, the top line number is $118 billion. That is how much this bill will cost.
Woo! Wait, we about to get paid, dude. just got paid, party time. Yeah, all of that. I'm ready for the money. Y'all ready to spend some cheese? When they passed the bill for 118 billion. Oh man, it's a party at my house tonight. Let's see.
And it's 12 billion more than President Biden asked for in the fall. Let's break it down. $60 billion to Ukraine.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty big chunk, but it's okay. It's okay. There's a lot left over for us, right? So $60 billion for Ukraine to have a party, I guess. Because is there a Ukraine in America? Where anybody live in the city of Ukraine? There's no city of Ukraine in America? Okay. Well, it's okay. It's okay. All right. There's still some money left over.
14 billion to Israel.
Is that 14 additional billion, or is that the money that we always give to Israel? Because I'm a big supporter of Israel. If that's the same amount of money we've been giving to Israel all this time, then fine. But if that's 14 additional, I'm going, I don't know about that. Now, let's see what else.
2.4 billion specifically for Red Sea operations, given the climate of the past couple of weeks.
Okay. So now we got operations going on over there in the Red Sea.
10 billion in humanitarian aid for Gaza and Ukraine.
Where's that at? Where's that? Gaza and Ukraine? Humanitarian. You mean, wait, the same Gaza that... Okay, it's okay. It's okay, guys, because there's going to be some money left over for us Americans, I'm sure.
4.8 billion in the Indo-Pacific, and the number we've all been waiting for, $20 billion for the U.S. border. Wait a minute, hold up! Let's break it down. $60 billion to Ukraine, 14 billion to Israel, 2.4 billion specifically for Red Sea operations, given the climate of the past couple of weeks, 10 billion in humanitarian aid for Gaza and Ukraine, 4.8 billion in the Indo-Pacific, and the number we've all been waiting for, $20 billion for the U.S.
Well, see, I was kind of thinking maybe, all of those big numbers right over here could go towards the homeless, could go towards deporting all of these illegal immigrants, could go towards building a wall. Yeah, I was thinking maybe that. But once again, I've been disappointed by my raggedy behind government. These leaders up here who make decisions for all of us. Horrible decisions. These are horrible business decisions right here. So send money everywhere. And then when it comes down to our open border, you want $20 billion to do what? So understand this bill that they tried to pass in the Senate is so raggedy that it was dead on arrival when it hit the House. Because it allows, the 8,000 people a day to come in? Somewhere around there. And that's at Mucus's discretion if he wants to close it if it exceeds that. Mucus's discretion. No, never mind. Let it go. We're only 12,000? That's not too much over. Let it come in. Yeah, that bill does not stop or solve the problem. It enables it. So now you got folks still coming across the border. All you got now is more agents to process these people faster. And then you wanted to give these agents the ability to give these people automatic asylum. So forget the trials, forget the judges. No, that stuff takes too long. All right, come here, step up. All right, why are you here? Asylum? For what? All kind of stuff. Oh, okay, all kind of stuff. I don't know if that's on, well, I'll be darned, it's on the list. All kind of stuff. Wow. Well, okay, Did you know that, Johnson? Did you ever see the all kind of stuff box right there? No? Mucus put that on last night? Okay, well, you're here for all kind of stuff. So it checks out. Go ahead in. You now have asylum. All kind of stuff. That's what it should be. It should just be all kind of stuff. Because that's what these people are coming here for. So now we got all of these issues in our cities. All of this issue on the border, and they want $20 billion to not solve the problem. And all of this extra money goes everywhere else. And I'm really furious about the $60 billion to Ukraine that's going to go straight down the toilet. Straight down the toilet. Yes, sir. We need more money to send more old Ukrainians out to get killed because we're fighting for democracy against Putin. And I'm saying, you're wasting a whole bunch of lives, ammo, and money. How about you solve this by tapping out? Yeah, at some point you got to say, man, you know what? Hey. All right, come here, Pootie. Now look, I might have stepped at me. I got, folks was instigating. They pumped me up like Ron DeSantis. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you could win, man. And I might have overstepped, man. Jumped down, took a swing at you. But listen, we can stop this right now. Now, I know you done kind of got some property around here. Y'all can keep that and we can go all separate ways. Time for negotiations. What it ain't time to do is keep sending $60 billion over there and we don't know where it's going, who's using it. Is it going to the right place? Is it being laundered? Is money coming back to Democrat campaigns? We don't know. We don't know what's going on with the money. And we don't care. We just give it in good faith. All right, now, we trust you're going to spend it right, Zelensky. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for giving me more money. We're the dumbest country on the planet right now. On the planet. Because we have the most corrupt people running it. Look at that. Now look at Burns. Watch this. Yeah.
Look, I know you gotta be frustrated.
No, you don't.
I know.
You don't. You have no idea.
I can taste it.
Oh.
The challenge that we have as an administration is
It's being stupid. The challenge we have as an administration, being corrupt, evil, stupid, globalist.
I'll let people know who brung it to them. That's our challenge.
We fix the border problem in this bill. So this bill has so many important things for America.
Well, that's Bidenomics in action.
And I have no idea what those things are. All the stuff he read off that list, I'm going, that's not important to us. Only thing, if it was used correctly, would be the money for the border. And the way they want to use it, that's still not important for us. So you're just going to tell us that and hope that we go, well, yeah, I guess that we need the Ukraine to win against Russia, I think. But yet here's Mr. Burns on Mika's show trying to sell us on this. Yeah. So now here he comes out there, y'all. Mr. Burns Smithers, release the hounds. So let's hear his pitch.
The turning point in America. This bill is crucial, and history will look back on it and say, did America fail itself? Why is it crucial?
Yeah,
well, if we don't aid Ukraine, Putin will walk all over Ukraine. We will lose the war. And
these Putin boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, Pootie's gonna walk all over you. Boom, 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 boom. Everything revolves around Pootie and Russia. I'm so sick of hearing Russia. Why wasn't Russia acting up under Trump? That's what I want to know. So now he wants to scare us, Americans, into thinking we got to do this. Because see, if we don't stop Pootie, he might take over all of the Eastern Europe and take over the globe, and then next you know he's the next Hitler. There we go. And y'all don't want y'all kids having to go off to war, do y'all? You want your kids going to war? Now, if y'all just allow us to, put this extra $60 billion in there, I'm pretty sure it'll stop it. No, well, what happened is, in about 3 months, Zelensky will be coming right back asking us for more money. And they would not have made any progress against Putin. But, nothing to show for it. Like right now, he's trying to sell us on a bill and with $60 billion and nothing to show for it. If this was a real legitimate news network, she would ask, well, what's the progress right now with Ukraine? Have they made any progress? Are they winning? What's the deadline to this? How much more money are we going to give them? Is it just open to where it's like, yo, we're willing to give you as much as it takes? Why is this even important to us? All of these crucial questions, but this bum is telling us, y'all got to worry about Putin taking over the whole country and your kids going off to war. So let's scare Americans into thinking this is a good idea and it's important.
We could be fighting in Eastern Europe and a NATO ally in a few years. Americans won't like that. If we don't help Israel defend itself against Hamas, that perpetual war will go on and on and on. If we don't help humanitarian aid to the starving Palestinians in Gaza, hundreds of thousands could starve.
Look at that. Fear tactics. None of that has anything to do with us. But see, the crazy part about this is all of that has something to do with the Democrats' policies and Joe Biden. All of these things he's talking about, I believe if Trump was in office, would have been either solved or never happened in the first place. So now here he is talking about solutions to problems that their weak puppet has allowed to happen on the globe. But now all of a sudden we got to solve it, because if we don't, look what's going to happen. Yeah, they always throw this stuff out like these things are going to happen, these things could happen, and they never happen. They never happen. But then they get their money through scaring everybody, and they get garner support through all of these what ifs. This could happen. What's going to happen if we don't? How would you live with it? How would you feel? History's going to all of this crap that he's trying to sell us on.
And the border, everyone has said it's chaos. You just saw Speaker Johnson. He said it's chaos. We have to do something legislative a few months ago. But what has happened, and answer your question. So this is crucial for America. It's a turning point. History is going to look over our shoulders and say, did we rise to the occasion?
There it is. History's going to be snooping over your shoulder. Hey, psst, hey, bud, did you rise to the occasion? Who are you? History. Yeah, I've been watching you. You didn't support that bill. Now look at you. You got more money in your pockets. You did the right thing. So now this guy's trying to tell us history's going to be looking over our shoulder and all of this other stuff can happen and everything's going to collapse and the world is going to turn into chaos if y'all don't allow us to spend all of this money. And everybody says the border's in chaos. Y'all want to solve it, don't y'all? But I can't tell y'all how. I won't tell y'all what this money is supposed to do to solve that. I'm just going to say, throw money at it. Trust us. All the money that's going to go to the border is going to solve it somehow magically. But we won't tell you the details of how that happens, because it won't.
To his credit, Mitch McConnell did. But too many Republicans, including Speaker Johnson,
Rhino Mitch,
are just scared to death of Donald Trump.
Here it comes. Here it comes, y'all. Whoa, yeah, Mika done brought this slime ball on there to try to blame the Republicans and say they're all scared of Donald Trump. That's why. Gonna try to punk them. Gonna try to hit them with the, oh, well, man, you must be getting controlled by Trump, man. See, he got your mind. See, yeah, man. Hey, look, man. Hey, I ain't hating on you if you a slave to Trump. I ain't hating on you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just thinking you might have to be an independent thinker, but you can't think for yourself. Okay. And we're not talking about Democrats. We're not talking about the Democrat Party who lines up, lockstep with everything that they push. We're talking about some Republicans that actually got some sense and integrity in the House and refuse to go along with this bill. It ain't got nothing to do with Donald Trump. But yet, Trump is right on this.
Donald Trump has said he wants chaos. Donald Trump has said...
Oh, God. And you know what? See? Look at Mika. Sitting there. Donald Trump has said he wants chaos for chaos' sake, I guess. You know what I really want in America? Chaos. Oh, man, I tell you, I feel like I'm watching a sitcom or a skit. That man just said, Donald Trump has said he wants chaos. Just chaos? We're already in chaos. We're already living in chaos. And this man talking about Donald Trump has said he wants chaos. He's not going to qualify it. He ain't going to put it in context. He just said Donald Trump's want chaos. And you got dummies out there who believe that. Did you hear about Trump? No, what? He wants chaos. Chaos? Yeah, chaos. Wow, that's strange. What kind of chaos? Just chaos. Wow. He's a danger to society. He wants chaos. Let's continue.
Wait till I become president. That'll take at least a year. Ukraine could be gone. The border will get much worse.
Oh, look at all these scare tactics. Yeah, it could take a year. Ukraine could be completely wiped off the map. Yeah, because that's Putin's goal and objective, is to wipe them off the map, right? Like he couldn't have done that already. But still, Ukraine could be gone. The border could be worse. How much worse could it be? That's my question, Mr. Burns. You have desecrated it thus far. 10 million, 2 million gotaways. And you talk about it could be worse.
War in the Middle East will get worse, maybe bringing us into it. He's doing it all for political reasons.
And all of that, he says, is being done not because Trump is smart and see the manipulation of the Democrats and them trying to get all of this money for other stupid stuff that does not help solve any of the problems, does not benefit Americans, in fact, creates bigger problems. Not because of that, it's because political gain. Democrats do that for political gain. Trump does it because it's smart. He's telling these Republicans, don't be stupid. If I can see the writing on the wall and see through these nasty slime balls right here, Democrats and Republicans who agreed to this bill, then surely Trump could. Because I would be amazed if the House passed that raggedy bill. And I'm shocked that the Senate did. I'm sitting there like, what kind of Senate? Get them out of here. I can't even believe they agreed to this mess. But here's Mr. Burns out here trying to scare us. Look at all the things that could happen if you don't give us all this money.
Let me just say, will senators, the crucial question, the $64,000 question, the majority of Republican senators know this bill is the right thing to do. It's a compromise. I don't like everything in it. Neither does McConnell.
Are you kidding me? It's a compromise. Yeah, for who? Republicans get nothing out of the deal. The Americans get nothing out of the deal. Democrats get everything they want in that raggedy behind deal. What is it, a compromise? Because now you have to, limit it to 8,000 illegal immigrants a day. Yeah, they used to be endless. 20,000 on a day, 40,000 on a day or something. But now, man, we only can allow 8,000 in a day. Well, that's pretty much a compromise. Unreal.
But it's a compromise. That's the only way you get things important done in the Senate. We proved that 2 years ago in our bipartisan legislation. And will the senators drown out the political noise from Trump and his minions and do the right thing for America? It's a crucial question. History is looking down on every one of us right now.
Yes, it is. And we are in a crucial point in history because if we allow that crap to go, we're done. Yeah, that would be the dumbest move ever by the Republicans. It will stick a dagger in our hearts if this crap passes. Nothing in that bill benefits us, as Mr. Burns started off lying. This bill right here benefits Americans. Yeah, got out there and tried to sell us on it. And I'm going, well, I opened all the Christmas gifts and I ain't seen nothing in there for me. You said I had lots of gifts and stuff, but all I saw was nothing but a sock with a rock in it. So guys, they got problems on their hands because Americans are not buying this crap. So now suddenly the Democrats recognize that crisis at the border.
What is being done to get the public to really rise up in various states to say to their senators that they want to see the border issue resolved? I mean, you're getting migrants beating up policemen in the streets in New York. You're seeing an influx of migrants all over the country.
Now, why would Skinny Neck Al be bringing this up? Could it be that this is an election issue? Could it be now all of a sudden we got to pay attention to this border crisis? It's kind of like when Creepy Sleepy was refusing to come out and condemn all of the violence that was going on during the Summer of Love and all of that. And he finally had to come out and say something. Once the media started saying, this is looking bad, he needs to come out and address this. Fine. Violence of any sort is not right. It's wrong. Okay. It's mostly done by white nationalists, though, and xenophobes and homophobes and Trump and all of that stuff. Now, for the rest of them, mostly peaceful protesters, came out and addressed an issue because it became political. Yeah, they start looking at that like, ooh, this could hurt you. So y'all better go ahead and change this perception. So now all of a sudden, Al is concerned about all these illegal immigrants wreaking havoc. And I mean wreaking havoc. Can you imagine how worse it's going to get These folks have gotten into these cities and already figured out how to start running a criminal network. This is crazy, man. But hey, they brought it on themselves. Now, Al talking about it's a crisis.
That frankly have people outraged. And couldn't there be some kind of public pressure put in the next couple of days in some of these senator states saying, why are you allowing this to continue?
Oh, yeah. What state could we be talking about? Because all of the Republican states already know why this is a mess. See, they don't need to be pressured. They all know that Biden administration, along with mucus, has opened his border up and allowed this crisis to happen. We already know. So the only people he might be talking about are stupid behind dumb senators in liberal cities and states who all knew that this was happening and let it happen. Fought with everybody, called everybody racist, called everybody xenophobes, said these people deserve to come here for a better life, all of that. Now their people in their cities are furious, and it opens up a door for Trump to step in and say, see what they allowed to happen to your city? I got the solution to it. They can't have that, so now they like pressure these senators to do something. Man, y'all better get out there and tell them to shut this mess down. Because now Trump's talking about having a rally up there in New York, Times Square. If that happened, I'm going to New York only for that. But I'm leaving all my valuables behind. There it is. I'm going to be like, okay, I'm renting a car so they can steal this if they want to. Not taking my man truck up there. I'm only taking a credit card and I'm keeping it in my, right up under my shirt, stuck to my chest so nobody knows where it's at. I would not take any valuables up there. And I got my head on a swivel the whole time. Yeah, in and out of the rally. Yeah, not a turnaround, not even staying overnight. It's like, all right, the rally's over, I'm heading back. So they're worried about that because a lot of people, black, white, Asian, Latino, are starting to turn on them. They see the crisis.
Because at the end of the day, senators have to deal with their voters. And at the same time, in the bill, you give money to Gaza, to civilians in Gaza and Israel.
All of them.
But the border, I mean, we're looking every day at the invasion of migrants.
What? Did this sellout, skinny neck, used to be fat, now skinny neck, Al Sharpton just say that it's an invasion? Blasphemy. Man, Jim Acosta would be mad if he heard that. Unbelievable. He'd be like, Mr. President, why you keep calling it an invasion, huh? Well, Jim, it is an invasion. Didn't you see all of these people? They're not actors. You didn't see them on trains and on the walls, Jim? But it's not an invasion. It's not a... So now all of a sudden, they're all calling it a crisis. They're all calling it an invasion. All of this stuff. They're seeing it through the eyes of all of us who said, this is a mess. This is an invasion. This is a crisis. You know how long it has taken these dummies to say that this is a crisis? Yeah, it was forbidden for you to say it was a crisis a year ago. Yeah, they all came out. That's not a crisis. We have control, operational control of the border and all of that. It's not an invasion. Now that their people are mad, it's an invasion. Interesting, Al. Ooh, you might get fired after this.
And they're playing a time game with politics on this. Couldn't that pressure put to bear in their home states?
Yes. And that's exactly why Trump's saying, leave it be. Let that, don't stitch that wound up. No. I want that wound to turn into gangrene. I want the people in Shite Town to sit back and say, that's pus coming out of this, man. You trying to tell me, the wound's fine. Don't worry, just let it air out. It'll start to heal. And I'm going, it's getting black. Now it's turning green. What's that stuff dripping out of it? I think you're selling us a bag of poop. So now here we have these folks trying to come out and give excuses of why, you got all this stuff going on in their cities because of the Biden administration's policies. And these guys don't have the guts enough to actually assign the blame to the Biden administration. Because you know why. Hush up, boy. Hush up. You know why they can't do that. So what do? New York and Shitetown. Racism. Don't look at my policies and my choices that allowed our cities to turn into this, y'all. See, understand. I'm a victim of racism.
I have children who attend schools who have soccer games, y'all.
So?
You know, you all are asking me as if I'm not a parent in this city.
What that got to do
I get
with
it, I'm mayor. I get it. But you're asking me to give you a date, and I have to court. Do you understand that you have not had a mayor like me? I get that.
Yeah, sure ain't had a mayor that raggedy. You superseded Beetlejuice. How can you get worse than Beetlejuice? Man, Conehead is the worst. The absolute worst. You ain't never had a mayor like me. In his mind, I'm fresh. I got the juice. Yeah, I'm the number one stunner. He is 100% garbage. How do you go home and sleep at night with your wife knowing that you are a sellout? Honey, so what are we going to do about this? I mean, all these illegal immigrants. I can't do nothing. I prostituted myself to get in this position. Woman, you want us investigated? No, I can't do nothing. I ain't got no manhood. Yeah. Ugh. Well, I was wondering where your testicles went. Joe Biden got them. Oh. So I got to go out there and cry racism.
I have a wife, I have children, they have schedules. And plus, we still have public safety that we have to address.
Yeah. I got wife, I got kids, I got schedule. All of these folks out there in Chicago, they got problems too. You're the mayor, the one who created these problems. And now here you are talking about somebody that, well, I got problems too. Then you shouldn't be the mayor. See, or how about you do your job to make it easier for you? See, you don't see conservative mayors in most states waking up one every day worrying about where they're going to put a whole bunch of legal immigrants. You know why? Because they're not declaring themselves to be a sanctuary city. You brought it on yourself. All of these problems are self-inflicted, buddy. And the biggest problem you got is that cone sitting on top of your head. Why you got a haircut that your kids would have?
We still have the unhoused that we have to address. I still have a budget that I have to address. And I'm doing all of that with a black wife raising 3 black children on the west side of the city of Chicago. I am going to the border as soon as possible.
Yeah, so get off my back. Because, I mean, you know, raising a black wife, I got a black wife, I got black kids. That puts me on a whole different level, even though I'm the mayor. Okay, I got a stable job. I make money. I pretty much run the whole city. But hey, it's more difficult, though, when you're the black mayor raising black kids and you got a black wife. Somehow that makes it more difficult somehow. So now, there he is. Get off my back. Okay, I'm black. I'm dealing with black issues at the crib, man. All right, I get down to that border when I can. So stop focusing on all the carnage and chaos around us here in Chicago. Okay, but then you get Mayor Peanut. Oh, yeah. New York has a brand. It's a brand. Okay, so let's go up to New York and see how he is trying to misplace blame and say, hey, get off my back because I'm black.
Only 2 years.
Okay.
We're moving the needle forward. Is there more to do? You're darn right there is.
Oh, okay.
But this committed team is getting it done. Look at this team, folks.
Look at the team.
Look at this team. Look at my deputy mayors. First deputy mayor, Sheena Wright. Deputy mayor, stand up. They need to see you. Deputy Mayor Williams Ison. Deputy Mayor Mira Josie. Deputy Mayor Amazar. Deputy Mayor Maria Torres Springer.
All doing a horrible job, I guess. A horrific job because the results suck. So I don't care who you get to stand up. I would be embarrassed to stand up with these results. I'm like, no. I'm okay. You guys go ahead. No, stand up. I don't want nobody to know I'm a part of this ragtag operation.
Have you ever seen this much chocolate leading the city of New York?
See, there we go. So now he's talking about chocolate, meaning, here we go, identity politics. Now, this right here burns me up for the simple fact. You go ahead, you bring all these black people on, all these black Democrats that are forced to make these choices because, hey, if you're going to be a Democrat politician and run a Democrat city, you're going to have to play ball. So hush up, all of y'all, while we destroy your city. And now he is highlighting black folks. So now I'm looking at this and I'm saying, if I'm a black person and I want to be proud of black people and their accomplishments, this ain't cool. I'm like, maybe, see, now you might send the wrong impression. Well, shoot, look at all those black people running the city into the ground. Yeah, obviously the blacks can't run their own cities. So, yeah, but he's going to highlight that. He's going to highlight that. So now you got all these black folks running the city and stinking it up, and that's what he wants to tout. Look at this. We're all brown and stuff.
And then go down the line. Look who's here. This is representative of the city. That's why people are hating on me.
By what? They're representative of the city based on their color or based on their policies or based on whether or not they have the same values and goals to protect the citizens, to make sure the citizens have a good life, a safe life, a prosperous life, stuff like that. No, it's just based on, look at that. Yeah, we got a mulatto, we got a woman who's black. I don't know what you are. I don't, she's something, she's mixed with some stuff. And then we got this guy, and they all speak different languages. Look at it. And that's why we're being hated on. There it is. We're being hated on because I done brought in the Rainbow Coalition.
You trying to figure out why they're hating on me? They hating on me because
you're stupid. They're hating on you because of all the bad choices you made. They're hating on you because you don't have a backbone, Mayor Peanut Head, to stand up to the Biden administration because they had to hit you with the hush up, boy. Don't make us come down and investigate you. I ain't heard nothing about the investigation since. And I also ain't heard nothing about him going after the Biden administration and blaming them since. Isn't that ironic? I don't know. Maybe they might have some connections. But here he is now talking about that's why everybody's hating on him. It's not because of all of the immigrants running around the city, all of the chips and scratch that you are kicking out to all of them. Nothing to do with that. And it's because I got a whole black staff.
How many of you go to church?
Oh.
Man, this is a Matthew 21:12 moment.
Nah, that's what the Democrats do. They get spiritual to get you off their back. Run to the church, start quoting scriptures. They get real deep. I'm surprised he ain't up there speaking in some nasty tongues. Sound like he growling. But here he is up there talking about church now. And he about to compare himself to Jesus.
Jesus walked in the temple. He saw them doing wrong in the temple. He did what? He turned the table over. I went to City Hall to turn the table over. First women police commissioner of color. First Spanish-speaking police commissioner. First Spanish-speaking correction commissioner. Go through the line.
So that's turning over the tables? Yeah, that's what I did. I didn't make no changes. I made the absolute city become worse. Worse. But I did bring in some people of color, and that's flipping over the tables. There you go. Yeah, we had too many white folks. So I brought in all people of color, and the whole city looks worse now. We got a big mess, but that's why they're hating on us, because I brought in these black people. That's why. Yeah, I did what Jesus would do. Focus on identity politics. Unreal. He is making himself look dumber and dumber and dumber. See, for a minute, I almost had a smidge of respect for him when he was challenging the Biden administration and calling them out. But then he got the old message. Hush up, boy.
Of what we're doing in 2 years. That's right. Because that's how we do it when you're from Brownsville. Oh. And so I know that many of you may stand around and say, well, you know, Eric, we don't like this, we don't like that. I got it.
Do you?
I got it. That's the same thing they did to David Dinkins. It took us 30 years after what they did to David Dinkins. And who did we get after David Dinkins?
The best mayor ever?
Giuliani.
There you go.
It was a setup for a setback.
A setup for a setback? What are you talking about? Giuliani cleaned up New York? What are you talking about, Mayor Peanut? What have you done? Well, we're about to find out. Because, see, that was a lot of big talk. He got all spiritual and stuff. How long am I to say? He took the bread into Peanut's hand. Take and eat. This is Peanut's body given up for you. So all of that mess. So we want to see what Peanut has done since he, has a brand and he's brought in all these people of color.
You pledged during your campaign to keep New York City a sanctuary, a city. Do you have any concern that policy is attracting more people to the border?
Good question.
More people to cross the border to make that dangerous trip?
What?
No, not at all. The city has always been a sanctuary city, and we've always managed those who wanted to come to New York City to pursue the American dream.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. No, we've always been a sanctuary city. So let's see if it pays off for him.
New York, New York.
Steve, Natasha, we've been hearing for a while now about a group of migrants connected to a string of robberies, and today the NYPD is taking action. But ICE officials tell us that when it comes to migrants committing crime, what they can do is limited because of the city's sanctuary status.
What? We just heard Peanut say he don't regret New York being a sanctuary city. We've always been a sanctuary city, and we're going to remain a sanctuary city. And now what that has done is limited ICE from doing their job. ICE is sitting back. We could take them out of here for you, but can't touch them because this is a sanctuary city, according to Peanut. So, hey, deal with it. So now it's a mess. See? So let's see what's going on in that wonderful sanctuary city.
Now, instead of getting notified when a migrant is being accused of a crime, he says they find out through the media.
Instead of being able to take custody of these individuals in the confines of a jail or in the confines of a precinct, we now have to go out into the community and the streets where unfortunately the criminals have the upper hand.
Wow. Look at these choices by Peanut that has made everybody's life miserable. So now the police is like, yo, now these crimes aren't even being reported. We got to go out and be asking questions. All right, anybody know if anything happened today? What happened? Anybody see anything? All of that mess. So now you got the cops going, what do you want us to do about it? You got ICE, hands tied because it's a sanctuary city, and now you got chaos.
Call for cooperation follows an attack against police officers carried out by more than a dozen migrants. 6 people have been arrested so far, and only 1 was held on bail. 4 of the migrants are believed to have skipped town after their arraignment and took a bus headed to California.
Join us in California.
Oh, hell yeah! And we say, bring us your tide. Those who are yearning to be free. Yeah. That's what these asylum seekers are doing.
That's what they're doing.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's what they're doing. We're coming because we're tired. We're coming because we're weary. We're coming because we want to destroy your whole city. And that's what we're doing. Take advantage of your stupidity. Give us lots of money and allow us to be criminals, and the police can't do nothing because you're a sanctuary city. Yeah. See, that right there doesn't look like a sanctuary city to me. When you think of sanctuary, you think of a place of safety, a refuge, a place where you can go and relax. Like, oh God, I finally made it. I finally made it to the sanctuary. No, man, this is a sanctuary. This right here stank. They done made it to the sanctuary.
Meanwhile, on Monday morning, the NYPD arrested around 7 migrants accused of carrying out around 62 robberies. Many of these migrants used mopeds and electric scooters to snatch things like iPhones and wallets. These men then sold the phones to the migrant posing as a ringleader who would hack the phones to steal a person's bank information. The NYPD says these migrants primarily live in city-run shelters.
In the shelters. The same shelters that Peanut built for them. Same shelters that Peanut stuffed them all in there so they can start their criminal operation going on. They're getting organized. They're up in there like, all right, now here's the deal. I got some street folks out there. You guys get the cell phones. I'll give you some scratch for it. And then when you bring it to me, I'll go ahead and hack these folks and bring in all their money from their... I mean, now, most of these people probably don't even speak English, but you know how to hack into somebody's cell phone to get all of their personal information? What the heck, man? So where'd you learn that skill? Guatemala? Huh? So now you got all these people coming. No jobs. What do you think's going to happen? They are looking around going, all these Americans are suckers. That's what I see. You go to a big, fat, bloated, rich, stupid country like America, and liberal cities, and you are from a real country where it's like, man, the streets is real down here. Yeah. We got real stuff going on down here. And we see Americans as suckers. Come up in there like, man, look at them. Just, okay, you want some money here? You need something to eat, You guys are welcome. We wanted to welcome you all. You're going, let's see. All of the criminal element. I ain't saying every one of them, but I'm saying the criminal element that came are going, yes, let us in. And dumb behind Mayor Peanut, we're Sanctuary City. That's what's happening. Right about that. Oh, yeah. Tear that sucker up. Man, you know what? It's time to send Godzilla to New York.
But New York has a brand.
A horrible one now.
It has a brand.
Time to send Godzilla. Might as well tear it down. Yeah, so here we go. Let's finish seeing about that brand.
62 robberies where the robbers are accused of sneaking up on their unsuspecting victims, mostly women, on mopeds and scooters.
Hey, good evening, Steve and Natasha. Police made multiple arrests in an apparent grand larceny scheme where they target unaccompanied women, and those involved are accused of snatching their purses and their phones, all to make money, while the mastermind behind it remains on the loose tonight.
I don't understand how this even works. How do you come to a country, you're legal, you ain't really got a place to stay. Where are you getting these scooters? Where are you getting the mopeds? So let me get this straight. Somehow you get here, negotiate your way around the city, find out how to get a moped. So you must have stole the moped, because you can't tell me you went and purchased the moped. I need to buy a scooter. How much is this? The $3,500? There you go. Why are you getting a scooter? For stealing. I'm going to use the scooter for stealing. So now somehow they get these scooters and they're riding around snatching people's purse. Now you got everybody on edge now when they hear, if I heard a coming, I'm clutching my pearls, man. I'm like, all right, now there's a scooter coming. You never know who's on it. So now they're running around on scooters somehow, snatching purses from women. I would be furious as a New Yorker. Furious.
NYPD walking this duo, 20-year-old Alexander Dacre and 24-year-old Roxana Sejos, out of the 49th precinct Monday evening. They're alleged foot soldiers, part of an elaborate grand larceny scheme across
I saw that. A woman got dragged by one. Yep, ran into a pole. I think they might mention this in this piece.
the city. And in Lower Manhattan, police walked a second pair out of the first precinct, involved in the same scheme with vicious capabilities.
Wow.
These thieves would ride up behind their victims on the sidewalk, steal their property, and then make their getaway. The majority of the victims are women, simply just walking alone.
NYPD released this video showing the victim being dragged by someone on a moped and flung into a metal beam, all to steal a cell phone.
The leader of the crew, identified as Victor Para, will blast out a message via WhatsApp that he is looking for phones. Para will send out specific orders for what type of phone he is looking for.
Around 5:30 Monday morning, the NYPD executed a search warrant at the alleged ringleader's home, where they arrested 5 people, recovered 22 stolen phones, along with victims' IDs. But the mastermind behind it all was nowhere to be found.
There are a total of 62 incidents that...
That's right. He's out there like Kaiser Sosa. He's in the wind. So now we got Kaiser Sosa running around New York. Okay? He set up a criminal operation and he's a ghost. And guess what? It's hard for them to find him because New York has a brand and they're a sanctuary city and we don't want to record any crimes from these illegal immigrants and stuff.
that we've connected to this pattern so far, touching every borough in New York City except Staten Island.
The fraudsters, we're told, had their eyes on the dollar signs. Police say the scooter operator could make $100 a day. The actual phone snatchers could pocket between $300 to $600 per stolen phone. And the most challenging part for police is tracking down criminals with an indefinite amount of IDs, making it hard to tell who's really who.
They're essentially ghost criminals.
Ghost criminals.
No criminal history. No photos, no cell phone, no social media.
Complete chaos. Because New York has a brand. We're Sanctuary City. And don't forget though, why are these people in here without any papers? See, because remember, we vet them at the border. We do vet them. How can you vet them? So now they're up in New York with no papers. This is a criminal's dream. I mean, you have no footprint, no fingerprint, nothing. You are in the city completely like undocumented. They have set New York up for full-blown failure and chaos. And you got the mayor talking about, look at us, look at all this chocolate. Look at all this chocolate. It's melting all over the place. See, so now, no paperwork, no IDs, no nothing. You can steal somebody else's ID, say you somebody else, they ain't got no social security numbers. There ain't no way you can. This is a mess. This is the dumbest decision by any country that I've seen, even when I study history. I'm saying, who does this? Who takes a beautiful, strong, stable, secure country like New York? I mean, like America. And for some reason, you got the leaders that say, we think it's a good idea because we're greedy and we want power. I think it's a good idea to bring in a whole bunch of people that we don't even know where the heck they're from. Don't have no way of tracking them down. All of our technology right now sucks because guess what? All of the other folks, they got facial recognition. Americans, see, us Americans, we're subject to that. Yeah, they can find us, anyway, anyhow, like they did all the people from the Capitol. That person is Janet. She lives at this address. But these folks, that's another illegal immigrant. Looks like the other illegal immigrant. Okay. Which one of these illegal immigrants? What's their names? I don't know. What's the background? Where they live? Unbelievable. So now I'm expecting New York to collapse any moment now. Anybody listening to me from New York, flee. Save your lives. Let's continue.
NYPD accounts, they have reported 32 similar patterns involving mopeds and phone snatches. They account for 147 cases, 147 victims. And so far, meanwhile, they're still looking for several people involved, including that ringleader.
And so I know that on the first brush, you look at...
Now, here comes Mayor Peanut. He's back with his all Rainbow Coalition crew to explain why now he's giving all these illegal immigrants credit cards to get some snacks. Yeah, he wants them to go ahead and be able to eat. And it's only costing the city, a couple $1 billion or so. I don't know, a couple million. Let's see how much it's costing. Because just a minute ago, he's talking about racism and all this stuff. Now, we done seen the headache that it's caused with the police and crime. And now, we want to reward them with some credit cards. And 50 Cent came out and called it out. Said, this is stupid. What are you doing? Yeah. Maybe Trump is the answer. Now, they can't have that. They're in cleanup mode. Yeah, when you got popular, famous black folks out there saying, y'all are stupid, y'all are taking advantage of your people, why are you giving these illegal immigrants all of this stuff? Maybe Trump's the answer. So now, Mayor Peanut got to come out here and address 50 Cent.
To say, oh, wait a minute, what are you doing? You give people cars? But once you dig into the numbers and in the line, you'll see that this was a smart policy shift that we're doing on a pilot project with 500 people. If this is successful, we're going to expand it even more so that we can we got to bring down the cost. 20% we want to bring down the cost, and their team are doing their job. So I told 50 Cent to hit me up. I would love to explain it to him so that he can go out and do another tweet of saying, you know what, Eric is just a smart manager, and now we understand why he was elected by the people of this city of New York to be the mayor.
He is hoping that 50 Cent don't blast him. If I was 50 Cent, I would be like, I don't need to hit you up. I already know how stupid this is. So just with 500 people, how much is this going to cost for the pilot? That's what I want to know. So now he's trying to cover his butt, and they're trying to keep the black vote. Yeah, they're trying to keep the Latino vote and all of that mess. So he don't want to go too hard on 50. So he gonna joke about it. Yeah, tell 50 to hit me up, man. Maybe he could drop a gun. Yeah, don't be trying to butter up 50. He's seeing through the stupidity. And then the black lady comes in and she brings in somebody else who is one of the biggest sellouts in the world.
He may even write a song about me.
About you being the dumbest peanut head mayor of all times. All right, but listen to this.
And I also want to say Joy Ann Reid did a wonderful response to 50, where she really breaks it down. So I encourage everybody to look at that. And as the mayor said, this is a part of a $2 billion, up to almost $2 billion reduction in costs that the team has really pushed forward.
Okay.
Ooh. So here's Joyless Reid looking like a man Oh, God. She looks like she's looking into a Christmas bulb. That's what she looks like. That's the real Joy Reid without... Oh, man, she should have did this in the studio. Teeth looking crooked. What is going on in there? So here we go. Here's Joyless trying to school 50 Cent while making a fool out of herself.
Hey guys, so rapper 50 Cent posted on his IG page, on his Instagram, this post, which talks about a $53 million program that the current mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, is launching.
$53 million for 500 people. See? I'm because I just heard the mayor say as a pilot, you only have 500 people. So 500 people are getting credit cards that will total the amount of $53 million. How much is on these credit cards and how long do they get them? How many months? How many months? So that's only 500 people. Imagine if this goes viral. They do it to all the illegal immigrants. They got like 100-some thousand of them up there. Hey, just give them all credit cards.
To hand out prepaid debit cards to migrant families in New York. And he's quoting this New York Post article, the Rupert Murdoch-owned New York Post. Have to always throw that in. Say people.
Yeah, because see, then that means that's discrediting it because it came from Fox. Does that make it not true? Yeah, New York launches $53 million program to hand out prepaid credit cards to migrant families. Is that a lie just because it came from Rupert Murdoch? See, you don't try to slide that in.
On Fox News, quoting this article about that program. Okay, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk.
Now, in the comments on 50's post, there are lots of people going off saying, you know, why are we giving this money to migrants when we're not giving that money to Americans? Lots and lots and lots of pro-Trump argle-bargle.
So it's now pro-Trump. See, that's why I say she's a sellout. She got her nose so far up the left's butt. It's unbelievable. You feel the need to come out and try to run interference for this stupidity and try to make this sound like it's rational. Going to go ahead and try to say anybody who thinks that why are we giving this money to all these illegal immigrants instead of Americans are all folks that's being manipulated by Trump instead of common sense. So now you got to slide Trump in somehow. But let's finish hearing her stupid argument.
Because, of course, 50 ends his rant about it by saying maybe Trump is the answer. Really? Food waste.
Really?
Food waste has been a major problem at Migrant Shelter City, with new arrivals coming from countries around the globe wanting culturally familiar food.
What does that got to do with me? So you trying to tell me food waste? Food waste. I mean, do you understand the stupidity of this? This is how far she's willing to sell out. So now she's going to argue that their precious illegal immigrants are wasting food because they don't like American food. There you go, a lot to go to waste. How about you start reducing the amount of food that you produce so it doesn't get wasted, and this way they got to eat what they get. How about that? Okay, we gave you a nice big steak. Now we're going to give you a cube of steak since you wasted half of that because you don't like the American food. Smidge of mashed potatoes and 2 or 3 string beans right there and a swig of orange juice. There you go. You want to live, don't you? You want to live because, see, you shouldn't even be in the country. There you go. So you get here. She's not even realizing she's highlighting the arrogance and stupidity of this whole situation. You come here legally. They're feeding you at $11 a plate. And you go, I don't like this food. You know, down in Guatemala, we like to eat certain things, man. I don't know what this is. Fried chicken, man, all of this stuff. We don't eat this stuff. I want something better. Okay. This is unreal. So she should be embarrassed to even be saying this.
More than 170,000 migrants have made their way to the 5 boroughs since the spring of 2022, and the tens of thousands in the city's care have raised concerns about the financial impact on city coffers. So basically, people are already coming anyway. Why are they coming? In part because of Ron DeSantis and the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott.
There it is. No, it's not Mayor Adams' sanctuary city policies. No, it's Ron DeSantis and Governor Abbott. Or could it be that they're asked when they get there, "Hey, where you guys want to go? New York? Okay, there's the bus that's going to New York. All aboard?" Because we're not a sanctuary city. We're not a sanctuary state. We're not a dumb state. We're not going to be dropping $11 a meal on you people and giving you credit cards and all that stuff. We're not going to do that. But here's some cities you can choose to go to that will do that. Which ones you want to go to? New York, send me to California, send me to Chicago. Adios. That's why. So don't sit back and make it seem like we're capturing all of these people at the border against their will and shipping them up to New York. These people know where they're going. They want to get up to New York. But here she is, once again, instead of blaming the Biden administration for allowing these people to even come into the country, she blames the governors.
Who are literally shipping migrants to blue cities like New York. Good. So the reason that New York is now overrun.
No. The reason New York is overrun is because we just saw Mayor Peanut say New York is a sanctuary city. We're always going to be a sanctuary city. We're going to remain a sanctuary city. There's no such thing as an illegal and all of that. That's why you're being overrun. You big nose.
With migrants from places like Venezuela is because they're being sent there by Ron DeSantis.
They're requesting to come there.
And Greg Abbott, red state Trumpy MAGA governors.
Good. They don't have the problems that New York have. See, you're highlighting the difference between why conservative states are rational, common sense, law and order, all of that stuff. Yeah, outsmarting these dumb behind cities and states to say we're a sanctuary city when it's convenient for us and when we can point the finger at all of the conservative states and cities and call them racist. But now all of a sudden we're overwhelmed. We don't know what we're doing. Why are you sending these people to the sanctuary city that we said come one, come all? Man, we don't understand why they're coming.
Now, the program is going to be administered by an organization called MoCaFi. Who is MoCaFi?
Oh, he's black. There you go. So shut your mouths, black people. Don't you want to support black folks? There you go. So black guy, he's doing it. So we should be quiet and say, well, black people are involved. Well, these are black people who's running New York City into the ground. So why should we get on board with this just because this guy's black?
I mean, it's Black History Month. We do still support black-owned businesses, right? A little bit more about MoCaFi.
Okay.
MoCaFi is the mobile capital finance company. It's a black-owned digital banking platform that targets more than 50 million unbanked and underbanked people in the U.S. Today, they have enrolled more than 25,000 users, raised more than 60 million in seed rounds, collaborated with Fortune 100 companies, and established a presence in major U.S. cities.
Man, I don't care about no more coffee. Here she is talking about some more coffee. They got this in these black banks and stuff like this and that. How is this helping New Yorkers? How about all the black homeless people in New York? That's what I want to know. But you're worried about more coffee and you're worried about those illegal immigrants, but you're not worried about the New York citizens, you big fat sellout.
So they open accounts for people who are underbanked, and that is overrepresented by black folks. So to summarize, yes, New York City is going to spend $53 million, which is a fraction of New York City's budget, in order to make sure that the people they're already paying to house and feed in New York City shelters are able to pick their own food and buy it, rather than waste the food that they're mass serving in these shelters.
Now, see, she shouldn't have even came out. That black woman who said, you should go and listen to Joy Reid. And this only makes me say how dumb New York is for doing this. Joy Reid is a horrible representative. She's arguing, trying to school 50 Cent on this. All you're doing is making everybody go, that doesn't make any sense. So wait, $53 million on people who are here being housed already and don't like the food that they're getting. I wonder what they were eating as they were trekking through the desert. That's what I was wondering. I'm wondering what they would be eating, okay, if New York shut the door and said, hey, y'all can live in the streets for all I care. eat out the garbage cans. Maybe they should learn from the homeless people in New York how to survive. Yeah, the homeless folk up there going through trash cans and begging and doing all of that stuff. Not these people. We don't like what you're giving us. And we want credit cards so we can get whatever we want. And she also ain't mentioning that that credit card isn't just for food. You can spend it on other stuff too. How you like that? That's why I say she's a sellout. She's selling out Americans, and she's being pimped out by the Democrats to try to keep black folks in check and to make us think this is smart.
That's being thrown in the trash. They're going to partner with a black...
It's upsetting to hear this. They're throwing food in the trash. And she's up here trying to sell us on this. That should infuriate her and everybody else. Wait a minute, let me get this straight. Folks that came here legally, been put in shelters, don't like the food and throwing it away. Are they at least giving it to the homeless? No, they just throwing it in the trash? That's the representative. Biggest sellout ever.
Owned business and allow people to buy food at local bodegas, which is going to get those bodegas paid cash money. So they're saving money. They're doing what they already are doing anyway, spending less money on food, getting bodegas paid, and partnering with a black-owned business.
She made things worse. That was the worst defense ever. All that did was made me madder. I'm sitting there like, okay, you referred me to Joy Reid, and I'm back now, and I'm madder than I was before I went and watched her video. Yeah, I thought it was stupid at first, but now I think it's asinine after hearing Joy Reid's excuse and breakdown. But let's hear from a real New Yorker, a real black man, a homeless man, how he feels about all of this mess.
My thing is with the immigration is that I feel like it's not right because I've been here for a while, trying to get housing.
Trying to get housing?
Like I said, I done done some things, but...
Are you on the list with the CHA trying to get housing?
I've been on the list for
Yes,
a year.
Yeah, a year.
Well, I've been on this 3 years. These immigrants...
Another lady had 2 years.
These immigrants come here, they only been here 4 months, they get housing.
So let me get this straight. This homeless brother and the other dude next to him been on the list for 3 years. They've been here 4 months, came in, they got housing. Now, what does this remind you of, guys? What does this remind you of? Yeah, it's definitely America Last. Joy Reid's promoting this garbage, talking about how we need to give them food that they like to make sure that the bodegas is being... But this man been on the streets for 3 years, and he don't like what he see, but is Joy worried about him? Huh? So just like all of the people who are on that list for years trying to get into our country, and they have to wait, and the illegal immigrants just come right on in. Once they get here, they duplicate that same behavior up there in New York. Go ahead and here's a shelter for you guys. Not you stinking Americans who've been waiting for 3 years. Not you guys. You could wait a little longer. Now this brother right here is mad. Where's Joy Reid?
Hotels sometimes.
Hotels.
Money on the link card.
Money on the link card.
New shoes, phones.
New shoes,
All
phones.
day. Everything. And the majority, and the majority of the people, the immigrants are... What I see, and I bear witness, they stealing out of stores.
Still in the store.
Yeah.
Well, they get breaking the people's cars.
Breaking the people's cars.
Free stuff out of stores. And people just give them money.
Madam.
And people just giving them money. There you go. That's coming from a black man, huh? See, that ain't coming from Trump. They're murderers, they're rapists, they're this and that. Oh, well, he's a xenophobe. That's why he's saying that. That's a black man on the streets watching what's going on up there in New York. And you wonder why. This is a crisis for the Democrats. It's a crisis. They created a crisis that became a crisis for themselves. So now they're sitting back going, shoot, the people notice. This mess we can't contain no more. Folks mad. We giving them the stuff, that American citizens should have. They should have it. And folks are looking, go, hey, whoa. Wait a minute. Did that man just get a cell phone? Did these dudes just get released on bail? Huh? Did these folks just attack the police and walk? Are these folks getting baby formula? And what? Did I just see what I saw? Did that man get a credit card? How are they living in here and I'm out here in this tent? And Joy Reid out here is running interference for this garbage. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, give us a recap as we close of why this is a mess, why it's a mess to the country, why it's now a crisis for the Democrats based on all of the crap that they've done. And we can all assign it to mucus and dang on Biden.
Speaker, I rise in strong support of HRES 863, impeaching Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Alejandro Mayorkas is guilty of aiding and abetting the complete invasion of our country by criminals, gang members, terrorists, murderers, rapists, and over 10 million people from over 160 countries.
160 countries. Look at that. That man is responsible for allowing 10 million folks to come into our country. Do you understand? If they did want to set up a criminal enterprise, you got a whole bunch of people to do it without no records, no nothing. You got to, before you can even start going after these people, you got to first document them, find out who they are, give them some type of social security card or something. I don't know. Right now, they're all just in here running around free. Don't know where they're at, where they're going. That's not including the 2 million gotaways that she's about to mention. That man should be thrown in the slammer. Mucus should be arrested.
Into American communities all across the United States. His willful refusal to secure the border has bankrupted communities, closed down U.S. schools that our children attend, drowned hospitals, and incapacitated law enforcement while empowering criminal cartels and illegal aliens.
Yep.
My Democrat colleagues argue that one cannot be impeached over policy differences. Well, I argue that breaking our laws is more than just policy differences. 300 dead Americans every day from fentanyl poisoning is more than just a policy difference. It's murder. Today in my own office, narcotics law enforcement officers from Georgia told me that 7 out of 10 Oxycontins or Percocets sold on the street are laced with fentanyl.
7 out of 10. Somebody just said under the jail, Kev. You're right. Mucus should be under the jail. Under the jail. So now, all of these lives that's being lost, mucus. All of the money that the cartel is making because of illegal immigration, mucus. All of that. See, so everything that she's talking about is a mucus problem. It's a Biden problem, but which Biden he probably don't even know. He probably have no idea. All of these people who's running around our country could be terrorists. We don't know. Could be cartel members. We don't know. I mean, it looks like MS-13 done rolled up on the scene. New York got their hands full. They got their work. The police are going to have their work cut out for them. And then you don't even allow their crimes to be documented. Yeah. See, this right here is a recipe for chaos. That chaos that Mr. Burns, Chuck Schumer was talking about. Donald Trump wants chaos. The Democrats have created chaos. They have created the conditions for the worst stuff to happen in our country. God forbid a terrorist attack take place. I mean, this is to clean up the criminal element. If it gets really nestled in, is going to be horrific. You're going to have to risk people's lives to go in and get these people out of there. Because if they start setting up like real gangs and get organized and get comfortable and learn the area and the system and all of that stuff, it's going to be a mess to get these people out of there. But hey, Democrats don't care about that. They don't care about Americans. They don't care about the police. They don't care about their citizens. It's all about the votes. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is not biting her tongue.
And that comes directly across the border from Mexico. Secretary Mayorkas has violated numerous provisions in the Immigration and Nationality Act, including unlawfully directing DHS to mass parole illegal aliens into the U.S.
So he's telling DHS to do this stuff. I guarantee you half of them be like, man, this is bull crap. Go on in, man. Go on in. Yeah, and then in that funky bill, got the nerve to try to even give them the ability to give these people amnesty on the spot. What kind of Republicans would even sign on to that nonsense?
When federal law specifically prohibits this, and unlawfully implementing catch and release policies when federal law specifically mandates the detention and removal of inadmissible aliens.
Now, see, you know, this is how lawless this man is, or whoever is operating. You know, this would be the same as you catching American citizens that commit crimes and you let them go. All right. Well, this man right here just broke into somebody's house, stole everything, and assaulted two or three people. But listen here, we caught you, but instead of taking you to jail, we're going to let you go. Now, you be on your best behavior. 2 years from now, we need you to report to court so we can have this matter, you know, taken care of. 2 years from now. In the meanwhile, don't you go robbing and stealing anybody else's stuff. Yeah, there you go. That's how stupid it is. But that's exactly what mucus is doing. You catch these people, that's defeating. That's like, I never could understand people who fish and throw the fish back. Only way I'm throwing the fish back is if the fish is like small, defected or something like that. Here you go out there working hard, all of that. You get that fish in there. Oh, look at this. There's a beaut. It's a beaut. All right. Right back in the water. So I'm always amazed by that. Let alone you catching these people coming across the border and saying, now go in. Yeah, I caught you. And instead of saying, go back, you say, go in and report in a couple years. You think they do that? You think that they give these people the real information? This dumbest stuff I've ever seen. Dumbest stuff I've ever seen.
In fact, detention facilities under Mayorkas have been mostly vacant because of such unlawful policies.
So wait, they're saying we're solving the immigration problem and we are containing these people and we're making sure. But for some reason, we got a detention facility, which is designed for when you catch them, you put them in there. Let's see how many of those people are in these detention centers.
The largest detention facility in California, which can house almost 2,000 illegals,
2,000?
is currently housing only 6 illegals.
I want to beat mucus up. I ain't gonna even lie. I want to go straight with consent. I want mucus to like be okay with me jumping in the ring and we just go spar a couple. So let me get this straight. You got a facility that you can be housing 2,000 illegal immigrants. You got 6. What did those 6 do to get locked up in there? That's my question. I mean, it appears that you got to do something horrific to be detained. So he would rather release all of these people into our interior. And you're telling me their goal is not to destroy the fabric of our country, to allow these people to come in? Yeah, when everything they're doing makes no sense. So 6. Big old facility. Big facility. Unreal.
Illegal aliens. He has violated his oath of office and breached the public trust by willfully refusing to ensure the laws passed by Congress and signed into law by the president are faithfully executed as required by Article 2 of the Constitution. He has allowed over 10 million illegal border crossers to invade our country, approximately 2 million of whom are known gotaways.
Well, look at that, Joy Reid. Because remember, it's Abbott. Yeah. It's DeSantis. Yeah. Look at that, Mayor Adams, who's crying racism, and Mayor Conehead up there, who's saying, I got a family, I'll get to the border when I... Well, maybe when you get down to that border, you will see the real source of the problem, which is the administration that you are beholden to that's allowing these people to come. 10 mil. 2 million gotaways. Yeah, 2 million gotaways. Good luck rounding them up. There you go. 2 million gotaways. Could be living right next door to any of us right about now. Could be plotting, scheming. Could be doing whatever.
These are people who have completely evaded U.S. authorities and are roaming the interior of the American communities, assaulting, raping, and murdering Americans. And God help us if we have a terrorist attack on our land.
Because it would be all mucus's fault It would be all on this current administration that should be sued into oblivion if something like that happens. Any American citizen that becomes a victim of something stupid should sue this administration. I don't care. It ain't even got to be a terrorist attack. If I was up there in New York getting my cell phone snatched, I'd be like, no, let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Because I'm going to sue Mayor Adams for having a sanctuary city. Yeah. If they find out what's in my bank account and they get all my money, that's all right. I'm sure New York, with all this money and how, very generous they are to give it out, will sure enough reimburse me as an American citizen if I fall victim to an illegal immigrant that y'all let into our interior to run around, do whatever they want to do. I'm sure you guys would accommodate me, right? Like you accommodate them with their nice fancy swipers. They can get food from the bodegas and stuff. I'm sure y'all would compensate me. God forbid I get hurt, attacked. The police officers that were attacked should sue the city. These are unnecessary criminals, you see. This is nothing but cause and effect. When they try to get out there and downplay all of the criminal element that comes, all of the crime that takes place, they try to sweep it under the rug from illegal immigrants and all of that. And they try to say, well, let's not demonize them all. Let's not demonize them all. All of that mess. During the years of Trump, when they would bring in the mothers and the parents that were victims of illegal immigrants, either purposely or accidentally killing their kids, and the Democrats would act like they don't care. Democrats would pretend like, well, you know what, you guys are just labeling everybody. And I'm thinking to myself, all it takes is one illegal immigrant that should not be in the country. See, if you follow their path all the way from Guatemala, and it ends up in a car accident, it ends up them accidentally hurting an American citizen or killing an American citizen, you trace it all the way back to Guatemala, you'll find that this American citizen would have never died if this person was stopped at the border. Yeah. So I don't care if it's just one person and they wanted to label them all. I don't care. One American life taken by somebody that shouldn't be in the country is their fault. Don't try to justify by like what the majority of, I don't care about the majority. I don't care. I'm going to use my Skittles analogy. Yeah, you put some cyanide on one Skittle and give me a trash bag full of Skittles and say, don't worry about it. Yeah, all the rest of the Skittles are good. One's laced with cyanide. I would not eat one Skittle out of that bag. Not one. So them bringing all of these people here, all of this crime, anything that happens as a result should fall on mucus and the Biden administration and every dumb governor and mayor that said we're a sanctuary city.
His subversion of the law has resulted in the highest number of illegal alien encounters in a single day.
Single day.
In the highest number of illegal alien encounters in a single month. And the highest number of illegal alien encounters in a single year, surpassing every national record on each account.
Gentlewoman's time has expired.
I yield the lady an additional
Give her 15 seconds. Give her 15.
His willful refusal to enforce the law has resulted in the most egregious national security crisis in the history of our country.
Just opened ourselves up. Just straight up say, you know what? Trojan horse, come on in, because we're greedy and we're not even going to worry about the consequences or the fallout. All we see is power. That's what we see. All we see is votes. What? Get out the way, funky Americans. We're looking at all of the illegal immigrants we're bringing in. All right, we have enough? We have enough yet? All right, we still need a couple more million because American citizens don't vote for us anymore? Okay, well, we'll just call all of them white nationalists. All right, so keep bringing them in. We don't care how it damages our country.
Democrats are in a quandary. Either they must own the policies of murder and crime of American citizens, or they can admit Secretary Mayorkas has broken federal laws and vote to impeach Secretary Mayorkas.
And you know what they're going to do? They will never impeach one of their own. They're okay with crime. They'll just say it's racism. They'll just say something like that. But that's the problem they're having right now. A lot of Americans are going, I don't like it. I don't like what I'm seeing. And I'm now starting to make the connection between Democrats and their policies and all of this chaos that's going on with these illegal immigrants and this crime. And they are doing their best to cover this up because this now is one of the main issues for Americans. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I hope the dumb behind Republicans don't give them a win. I hope they don't give them an outlet because right now their back is against the wall. It's a crisis for them now. So the border crisis has now become a Democrat crisis. That's what it is. See, so we'll see. We'll see how they handle it. I'm sure they'll spin it somehow. They'll send people out on MSNBC. Chuck Schumer do his rounds and they get on there talk about it's Republicans' fault and this. And as the mayors and governors from conservative cities and the Republicans won't sign a garbage behind deal and all of this. And what about the kids and the Ukrainians and all of the garbage that they'll try? But it should not work. If Republicans do not expose this mess, they should be messaging this all over the place. Every victim in a Democrat SORAN city, every person is inconvenienced by illegal immigrants being stuffed in there. There should be a bullhorn. They should take out so much money for advertisement in those cities to show that it is all Democrat policies that brought your city to this point. But you think they'll do that? Probably not. Anyway, so God bless y'all. God bless America. They got problems. Oh, yeah. Keep them problems up there in New York. Let the wound go ahead and then let the pus come out. Maybe the people at some point will say, man, stitch this mess up. Go get me a real doctor, which is a real leader like Trump. We'll see. So, yeah, man, somebody said, Kev, I like that shirt. Thank you very much. And my buddy has been patient sitting next to me. There you go. I'm sorry, did I wake you, Gizmo? You're not offended, are you? Nah, you're not. You love it. You love the attention. Remember he was a puppy, y'all? Those that used to what? Don't be yawning on camera. You know what? Anyway, remember those that watched my channel back in the day when I used to ride around in my car when I first bought him and he would be in the back seat. It was great. Those were good days. Just the good old days. Yeah. You can get Gizmo on some of the merch if you want to by checking out the store. All right. And some other items if you want. Don't forget to hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, anything you can follow me on. My Rumble page, and please subscribe to my alternative channel, which is Stop and Think About It. Don't forget also to text 330-974-4607. Text MAGA to that number so you can stay connected. And there's the number right there. And then finally, if you like what I do and you got a couple extra nickels you want to throw towards the support of my channel, feel free. The link is right below. Won't take nothing but a click. Bam. So God bless y'all. God bless America. I shall be back tomorrow, Lord willing, with more chaos that I got to expose. Let's get out of here, Gizmo. Where's my hat? There it is. Yeah. This is Law City. Tear up the place, yeah. See y'all next time in Kevin's Corner. Take care.